everyone. LDP, Leaf Dad's podcast, brought to you by JJ. Tonight, well, I wouldn't say it's a special night, but it's another solo bolo by this man right here, JJ. Again, we're Leaf Dad's podcast. Basically talking about responsibilities as parents. We're chained to those responsibilities as dads, or just parents in general. Now that I think about it. Anywho, so I just wanted to do a little update here. Everything's going well. Weekly update without Jared. He's doing his own little business shindig. He's a few hours down south, I guess, to say the least. But hopefully he's having the best of good times working or doing whatever, business pleasure, what there may be. As far as me here, and not so much, I don't get the pleasure of going down someplace for business or anything like that. I just get to deal with the boringness of staying at home. Not really boring, but I get to stay at home, take care of my children, which is always a fun thing. Hopefully everything is going well with him and his family, though. So, as I was talking about, let's go through the weekly updates here. So far, everything. Let's see here. I will be 3 weeks into no caffeine. That's a huge thing. The temptation is always still there, though. We had a cookout last week. After the episode aired here, had a cookout, and there was a lot of soda there. Boy, oh boy, there was a lot of temptation. Still haven't caved, which is a good thing. Still drinking lots of water. So keeping up with that. Let's see here. Work's still good. Finally got back to work where my boss was on vacation. So we didn't really have much to do. We just cleaned the place. It's a typical thing when he goes on vacation. We just clean, organize things, kind of get caught up on side duties, things like that. While taking care of some add-ins that we can do on our own time without him needing to be there. Like if they're easy cases or whatnot, putting a chain in or putting some new ties on or clipping a wire, things of that nature. Now, if it's something like a broken bracket, well, unfortunately, they can't come in until their next appointment. Or come in when he comes back because he has to do some things before we can even put the bracket back on. Let's see here. Wrestling wise, my son is doing a couple practices this week. He's getting ready for a tournament. My youngest son wants to join wrestling, if I haven't shared that before. With wrestling being a big topic right now in our life, both Sam and I have decided, and here's a big update, both Sam and I have decided that we are actually going to start doing some coaching or sorry, cat is being ridiculous right now. We have both started working on some coaching. We both created some profiles for the U.S. Coach Wrestling memberships here, Wrestling memberships. Right, and then right now, Sam, both of us had gone through background checks for that. Thankfully, we passed. Don't see why we wouldn't. So we're allowed. We now have our memberships basically. She has already finished her safety course, or course online safety course, things like that. Now it's just the rigorous hours of training in order going through like copper and bronze and things like that in order to be on the mat or mat side for bigger tournaments like international or national tournaments where the coach has to have some sort of certification, not just whatever it may be. So there are different levels of certification. There's I've gone through something like this very similar in when I was on a different team, where I had to go through some bronze training and then silver training, things like that. For this USA Wrestling membership and coaching stuff, they have like a teal or something, copper, bronze, silver, gold. So it just kind of works your way up. Each one allows you to do a little more things, a little different of things here. If I recall, let's see here. I can actually tell you. So there's, yeah, copper, bronze, silver, gold, and teal. Um, Teal is more, I guess, for coaching girl and women wrestlers, where copper is more for like being able to work with, designed for coaching age 12 and under. And that's only about 4 hours, and there's an online format for that. So I'd be taking a lot of hour or like time on online to do that. And then the bronze allows you to do coaching from ages 13 plus. Silver designed to, I'm reading it right off their website, but it's designed to provide advanced training, networking, and coaching philosophy development through a series of preset tasks. But there's a mixture of things where you do online and in person. So it's kind of like taking some time, finding the best time to do it as well. And then gold is designed for coaches to give back to others through preset tasks. Um, so basically, the ones that are going for gold need to work with the like copper, bronze, and silver, or have those. Um, but they also have to be an active wrestling leader membership with the USA Wrestling. So pretty simple actually as well with the silver. But it sounds like if you're going for a gold certificate, you have to work with the other ones. Um, you have to basically give back and help teach your silver and bronze and things like that. So that's a pretty exciting thing for us here. We're both doing it. That way, really, we're going to cover ground where if Sam's not able to make it to a tournament or I'm not able to make it to a tournament, somebody will be able to do that. My goal as well is to really actually help give back and work with the youth wrestling team that Kane's been part of. And with along with Nico, hopefully next year he'll be into it still. But that's kind of what I'm going with, is I want to be able to go with them and work with them throughout their years here. This will be fun working with other kids as well. I don't, as much as I like just to go there, this is me going and supporting them even further by being that coach. So it's going to be a little different of an aspect because this is still a sport I'm getting used to. I've never actually participated in it myself. Um, so learning and picking it up from the uh, fans or the viewers, the yeah, from a viewer point or from a fan's point of view or parent, um, and just watching it from the crowd is definitely different than actually being a part of it. For like when I was growing up, soccer would have been my thing. I could teach soccer probably a lot easier than I could teach wrestling because I've played soccer. So I'm going through, hopefully I can talk to some guys that I know and they'll help me learn some moves or how I can help teach the kids, work with the kids, um, and be that volunteer type of coach as well. Not so much just a standby person or anything, or just watching it. Um, like to be actually able to get in and learn with it as well. So, but that's that. I'm doing that. I've actually started also slowly taking steps forward to another goal, or a thought about something I want to do or possibly potentially do. I've started looking into um, going back to school for orthodontics. I know I've talked about it before, or being an orthodontist. I know I've talked about it in the past here on the episodes, but I've finally started taking and looking at schools where I could go possibly. So I'm slowly looking into that, and I mean there are some schools out there right now. Um, there's Milwaukee, there's Madison, um, Marquette. just trying to figure out like some schools within the states, um, because I want to stick within Wisconsin. So uh, we'll see how it all pans out. But yeah, so there's a few. There's Madison. There's the Medical College of Wisconsin in Milwaukee, Marquette University, University of Wisconsin Milwaukee, La Crosse, Beloit. Um, there's some other ones out there as well. They do have some higher ranking ones um, that are across the country, uh, but I'm gonna try to stick within like my own state. One, it's gonna be cheaper in the long run, but two, it'll just be easier on me and family. So um, those are a few things. Everything's going well in the child side. Um, they're just children. They're messing around, having fun. They've been getting outside more. I've been getting outside more, which is a good thing. Um, so we're going to try to advance along there as well. But hopefully, with it becoming summer and warmer weather, I know today or earlier this week it wasn't necessarily a good thing. Um, but hopefully everything else works well. So, uh, what else do I have? Those are the big updates, and some of those are mini. Um, yeah, I mean, I started watching or playing a new game on my phone called Warcraft Rumble. I won't say it's newer, but I started getting into it since I do like my World of Warcraft stuff. This is what it's a variation of that in a sense. It's kind of like destroying towers or destroying, you do a PvP thing where you destroy other people's towers or turrets, whatever. Um, First person to do that wins, basically. You have one main turret, and then you've got a couple other turrets that once you destroy that turret, can become like a meeting stone or your own turret. Normally in PvP, though, it becomes like a meeting stone where you can just walk all over it or you take control of it. So it's like a control zone where it allows you then to expand your area of where you place your minis or like little figures that do battle. So it's pretty interesting. I've put a lot of time into it already for having it only for a few days. I hit a new not landmark, but milestone in Duolingo. So I've been doing Duolingo for a little over a year now. Actually, it might have been 2 years now that I think about it. But I started doing that. I've been working on French um, for the longest time here, but I've hit 600 and some days now. I think it's like 601. So I finally broke the 600 mark, which is great. It's very exciting actually, knowing that I've been logging into that app for 600 plus days, and doing at least 5-10 minutes of it of French. So it's all fun. Don't ask me to speak it right now. uh, I think I'm more of the one that can probably look at it and translate it a little bit here. Um, I think I struggle verbally. So it's like, my brain's a little slower. I'd have to read it and analyze it in order to understand what's actually being said. Um, but um, eventually, hopefully, I can make it click again, or put more effort into being able to do more verbal communication uh, and understanding it that way, which means it's just going to be um, more and more practicing as I go on. So I know 600 days, and I still struggle with being able to do it verbally. Like if I were to try to do it in a conversation, it's one thing to say it like "Je t'en mes amis." I hear my friends, basically, um, or well, "Je t'en," yeah. Um, there's two, like, so there's entendre and ndre, entendre, which is to hear. Um, but then there's entendre, Attendre, which is to wait. J'attendrai mes amis. I'm waiting for my friends. So, or tu m'attendras. You're waiting for me, basically. J'attendrai. So, yeah, that's a few things here. I'm trying to get more downtime for myself as days go by. It's not necessarily easy. I don't think it'll ever actually happen, but we'll see how it all turns out. What the hell? Huh. But anyways, so that's some updates there. Nothing big. I won't go into much. Maybe depending on what happens in the future here, I'll do like a little segment of my own, whatnot. Um, but we'll see. So, just wanted to give you guys a couple updates about my life, what's going on, or what I plan on doing. I do have to talk to my wife about going back to school or looking at going back to school. But we both are again pursuing that coaching so we can be match side with our son at some of those bigger national tournaments or even like state. Like hopefully next year we can send Kane to state. Um, he'll have enough experience, and I think he's improved from year one to year two. He has improved immensely. He's been taking um, first at a few tournaments. Um, he hasn't. I mean, there was one that I think he did place pretty much almost dead last. That's okay. That tournament was actually a little more difficult. There are some other tournaments that have been difficult as well. Not to mention, he's also got, for what he's at right now, his weight is very different and difficult for his age. Not many male fifth graders, are certainly 58 pounds. Um, Definitely not. So we're working on getting him more weight as well so he can start wrestling with the big boys. And I say that as in like, I think if he puts the weight on, he could definitely take people down. Um, he's got the confidence, which is great. So he's building confidence and everything, and that's kind of one of our goals too. So sports can always help with that. But that's everything for now, folks. Thank you for listening, and hopefully this helps you get an understanding of what else you can do. Um, get some ideas or goals in mind as well if you're looking at creating something like wanting to become a coach or wanting to go back to school for something. Hopefully this can help you push you in, give you enough of a push or help you start thinking about doing that while taking on those additional responsibilities. I mean, my wife did it. She finished school and she's a nurse now. Right? I helped her though. I helped her a lot by being there for her, taking care of the kids, things of that nature. So it's definitely a fine balance game. You have to be willing to work with your significant other, spouse, whatever, or just finding time to do it if you're a single parent as well. I know that can be hard. Sometimes, they do offer online. Depends on what you're looking for as well. I've heard there's I know there's colleges out there that really work around your own schedule, basically, where they probably do some online. They have a lot of online material, which are probably already preloaded lectures that you can listen to on your own time, uh, and then do the assignments that are probably assigned throughout an entire semester or whatever that you can get done at your own pace. But you basically still have to show your work to the teacher at that point. So that's my thought about that. Haven't actually looked into that, but we'll see. I don't think there's going to be anything I can do there. I think most of my classes, if I do go back, if and when or how I go back to school, will be based on in person. So it'd be very, very interesting to see how that works out. But without further ado, guys, thank you very much for supporting us. We appreciate that. If you want, you can always reach out to us, send us something through Spotify, email us leashdads14@gmail.com, comment, subscribe to our YouTube, hit the bell so you can see when we get or when a new episode is loaded. Other ways to follow us as well. So TikTok. So we'll see you all next time and have a great day.